All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you, wherever you are in this beautiful world. Welcome to our Inner Circle Live session. I'm your host, Ryan Carthage. We'll be joined shortly by my awesome partner, Mr. Benny Allen. Hope everybody is doing well today. Hope everybody had a great day yesterday. So, got quite a bit to dig into. So, as always, let's turn off all distractions, grab a pen and paper, let's take lots of notes, and let's make sure that we participate and engage. All right. Good morning, Benit. So, fundamentals. Let's get to it real quick. Just drop me one in the chat if you can hear me okay, and if you can see my screen, and we'll rock. All right, beautiful. Let's get over to trading economics. Richard, good morning. All right. So, actually, no, we're not going to start here. We're going to go to the calendar first so we can chat about yesterday. So yesterday, FOMC meeting, Chairman Powell came to the microphone. As expected, the federal funds rate held at 5.5%. However, during the press conference and that statement, they stated that inflation will be higher for longer, and there's potential for another 25 basis point rate hike. So yesterday was considered a hawkish pause, right? Meaning they left it open to increase rates in the future. But the biggest piece that stuck was the fact that the rates are expected to stay higher for longer. Benny broke down the whole scenario in the Discord in the notes. So if you haven't had a chance to read that, drop into the Discord and read through those so that you can get a good understanding of all the details regarding the rate decision yesterday and what was said. So, but Fed kept things the same. So that was the big news yesterday. New Zealand GDP came in above expectation by 0.5%. So that's something also to keep our eyes on. Look at those New Zealand pairs and New Zealand crosses, that some of them that we're in. So big day there. This morning, which we'll hop back over to Trading Economics and read a couple of those articles. Swiss National Bank defied the expectation and held their rate the same. They did not increase. They stated that where they are seeing some progress on the inflation front. So they didn't deem it necessary to increase this time. So that was really big, and we'll see some of the changes that happen in the chart due to that. At 7 o'clock, 26 minutes, we got Bank of England with their monetary policy and rate statement. That's going to be big news as well. So I want us to get prepared for that. And then later on, we got unemployment claims at 8:30 for the United States. And then tonight, we got Bank of Japan monetary policy as well. So got quite a bit to do. So that's it on that front. Over to trading economics. S&B unexpectedly kept the benchmark rate steady at 1.75, saying the significant tightening of monetary policy over recent quarters is countering remaining inflation. On the other hand, Norwich Bank and Rick's Bank hiked rates 25 basis points as expected. Investors also awaiting Bank of England decision after unexpected declines in the inflation rate has raised prospects of the bank pausing its tightening campaign, right? So the Bank of England could potentially pause. So we'll watch and see how that goes. We know inflation is still really high, but they've seen some downtrending data. So that'll be interesting for us to follow there. Brent crude lies for the third session. Retracements on crude, right? As part of that was due to the Fed's hawkish pause. That's what we saw there. And then Bank of England is set to decide today whether to proceed with a further increase in the bank rate or hit a pause for the first time in almost 2 years following unexpected declines in August inflation. The policy direction remains uncertain as policymakers weigh the ongoing inflationary pressures and record wage increases against the signs of impending economic downturn. Earlier this week, investors were leaning towards an inevitable hike. However, recent data revealing a dip in inflation to an 18-month low, coupled with sharp declines in the core rate, hinted the cumulative efforts of prior policy tightening could be materializing, and thus bolstering argument for a cautiously hawkish pause. So we could see a hawkish pause from the Bank of England as well today. So we'll see how that transpires and how that goes. So that's the overview for the fundamentals. Any questions here? No. All right. Cool deal. Let's hop over to the charts and see what they are telling us. So the dollar on the daily time frame, boom, that did not play out. We'll take that off yet anyway. But we had this daily resistance level here. We pushed up, we hit that sub fib D extension here. Bang. So now let's see what happens and if we actually get a retracement here of any sort, right? Price has been pushing to the upside and is pushing very strong. This is a capital fib here. We got 8-6 retracement. No, the matching extension is there above that D extension. So watching to see what transpires there. That's on the daily time frame. We come down to the 4. And here we see it, right? On the 4 hour, we got a 50% retracement, broke that level, could potentially come back and retest that level on a continuation to this 4 hour D extension and the next resistance level here. All right. So that was a strong push above, right, with the rate statement. And then afterwards, now let's see if we get a pullback to retest and see if this level holds for then a continuation to the upside, right? Meaning those dollar crosses and dollar pairs are going in the opposite direction. So that's the 4. And then coming down to the 1 hour, there you sit there, fresh AB boundary. And you see here, right, shallow retracement. This 118 and 127 zone is just shy of that 4 hour and that daily D extension. So questions, do we see this? All right, potential. We'll see what happens, right? We got a couple of D extensions, got some confluence of that higher resistance level. So we'll watch and see how things go, right? But dollar is bullish, still continuing on that track. So that's where you are on the DXY. I want to we'll come back to the dollar pairs. I want to look at the Swiss pairs and then the pound as we get ready for that rate statement. So that Aussie Swiss that we've been playing around with to the upside, right? Daily time frame, we know we broke these key levels, right? We came back with this candle here, retested, and now we're pulling back for some indecision. So we'll see if this continues to push to the upside. Swissy backing off a little bit. Coming down to the 4, right? This is where we are here. We made the 382 push to the 50% level. And this is that wick on that daily time frame. Came back to retest that resistance level as support and another push to the upside. So let's see if we continue making these higher lows and higher highs there. All right. But pushing to the upside there and pullback phase right now off that bullish candle. As we come down to the 1, I'm going to pull these off. That's that smart analytics Benny was going through. We'll just look at it like this. All right, those got taken out to the upside. So we run it from the bottom. There we go. All right, so pulling. We got a 382 push here, came back just at 382 level again, strong bullish action. Let's see if we get this just continue moving to the upside, right? So this next level, 58 is the next target, right? And that the extension there, 58,482. So overall, pushing to the upside as we expected, especially with that Swissy data, we could see this continue to push to the upside, at least in the short term, getting to the next level of 58.58. All right. So that's the Swiss yen. Any questions here? All right. Cash Swiss. This is where we saw some bigger pushes. Daily time frame, we know we've been sitting here for a while, but we're making our way beautifully, right? Out of that 118, 127 zone, strong push to the upside. We broke this daily level. Some point we might come back and retest that level, but we're pushing long. Okay, pushing long, making our way to that daily 382, coming down to the 4. Right, here's that bullish candle off of that rate statement news. Okay, bullish candle pushing through the zone. We know here on the 4 we also have an 80-20 scenario, right? So pushing up beautifully. So we'll look for just a pullback off this bullish candle and then a continuation to the upside there. All right, so we're making our way here on this CAD Swiss. All right, so coming down to the 4, and these little smaller waves that move to the upside, right? And a beautiful swing there. So now this is our capital fib on the 1. We got a 382 on the retracement. We didn't get down deep into the zone for an opportunity to add to the trade. Take these out now. We didn't get a deep retracement into our zone, which is okay. And price just pushed to the upside. So pulling back a bit, likely come back and retest this consolidation here. All right, come back into the zone. So on the lower time frames, we'll be able to find a potential entry opportunity there. But retracement, and then we'll look for that continuation to the upside on this CAD Swiss. So coming down to the, this is the 1. I want to go to the 5. Boom, you see that bullish push there. All right. You see that push, pull that off, and just run the fib off the low. Boom, there you have it, right? And there's your 80-20 scenario, retracement happening. So we'll look for price to come down into the zone, 618 or deeper. And that's an entry opportunity if you're not in this already. Or if you're looking to potentially add to your trade, look for price to press down into the zone. Boom. And then look for a turnover. Like so. Right? No matter the time frame, process is the same. Process is the same. So look for that type of action there. Right. So sit tight if you're not in it. If you're looking for an intraday trade, something short term, this could be an opportunity for you on the 5-minute to catch that move once we get deep in the zone. Okay. That's the CAD Swiss though. Any questions here? Moving to the upside as expected in a beautiful way. And we'll continue riding the waves. All right. So off that entry there, we're at 187 pips so far. Okay. All right, no questions. Let's rock. So I didn't get a chance to look at that Swiss yen. That's going to be interesting. It's probably coming down. So yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So we've been waiting on the Swiss yen to give us something. And here's the something that is given us. Break it at support level. We're sitting in the consolidation on this daily time frame. We got an 80-20 scenario. Boom. We're getting a break of that daily support. That's what I wanted to see, right? Strong break. And then I want to see if we get a pullback, right? And retest these levels and hold. That'll give us entry opportunity to the downside there. We got 80-20 here on the daily time frame. Looking short here. All right. It's giving us what we're looking for. We're waiting on. That's that trend line break out of the cloud, the whole nine. Didn't push into the 118, 127 zone like I wanted it to. I really would have liked price to get higher, but it's all good. Okay. But there's your move there. So that candle, that's your trend line break. See if we get a pullback. May not retest the cloud, but if we're able to pull back and just retest this daily level, maybe even push a bit higher, right? Then that'll give us that good high price to ride this thing to the downside. And this could be the start of this turnover on this pair. Okay, it's been riding long for a very long time, right? Looking on the monthly time frame, looking for that D extension to get hit, but retracement opportunity coming. Right, bang, maybe here, maybe even a little bit deeper, right? And then we'll look for price to then do something like that, right? But we got Bank of Japan tonight also, so that could give us some interesting responses. So we'll continue to monitor that part of the conversation. Yes, Joy, absolutely. Did he got to pay up, man? Got to pay up. Got to give us our money. So, it's coming. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. Definitely getting ready. So let's push to the downside. Boom. Right. So again, wait for that reset and that pullback. And this will actually be a good opportunity potentially, right? Boom. Whenever we get the swing low to form, right? The 618 range will be right in that zone there. Okay. 618786. So we'll look to see if we get something like that to happen for us to then turn over and push back down. So let's watch this Swissy as it continues to put the Swissy in, as it continues to drive down, and just look for a pullback and then the opportunity for a continuation there. All right. You see on the 15, that push down was that cloud break. Boom. Gone. All right. So let's sit patiently here. Sorry, this is on the 5. And there we have that. All right, so on the 5 minute, let's watch and see if we get price to settle in here and to start moving sideways. If we get that, then we could be prepping for that retracement, and then we'll just look for that high price to go short. All right. This on the 5 minute, another intraday opportunity if price settles in that 118 or 127 zone. Okay. Boom. Like so. All right. Questions on the CAD Swiss? I'm sorry, on the Swiss yen. Nope. All right, all right, all right, all right. Euro Swissy. Oh, good luck, Ann. Good luck. Congratulations to you. Good luck. Be patient, be patient, be patient. Don't allow the rules to rush you. Don't allow the environment, right? Or the thought process, because there's a psychological challenge in this, right? So you want to make sure mentally you stay focused and you stay grounded. All right. You want to stay focused and you want to stay grounded to allow you to move through that experience. And for those that didn't see her post, she purchased her first challenge. So when you feel yourself getting anxious, take a step back, review your rules, right? The psychological piece is going to challenge you there, right? So you want to stay cognizant, you want to stay aware, okay? So when you feel it, take a step back, keep us updated on your progress. Keep us updated on your progress. So let's see it. Who'd you go with? Just curious. Blue Guardian. Gotcha. Okay. All right, cool deal. Onto the Euro Swissy. So, boom. All right, press down. I'm trying to figure out what's going to happen here. Let's see what's going to happen here. Boom. We know we got the 382 there, but we've been stalling at this daily support level. We finally got to push. Finally got to push out of the zone that we've been patiently waiting on through this consolidation. All right, so coming down to the 4, this is where the real opportunity lies for us in this 80-20 scenario here. Bang. Right? Sat through all of this sideways motion, all this back and forth. And then we finally got the catalyst and the move to the upside. We broke that daily level. We broke the second daily level. Closed above both. Now we're looking for a pullback and a continuation. Back into the zone. Boom, retest those levels. And then we're off. All right. Been in since 822. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. We sitting tight in these. We are sitting tight in these. So it's that one I'm not let me see. What's the date on mine? 9/6. 9/6. So we're rocking there. We're rocking there. Great work, great patience, Joy. Great patience, allowing the market to do what it does and continue making that move to the upside. So beautiful thing, beautiful thing, beautiful thing. So let's just look for a pullback and a continuation there. All right. Coming down to the 1. See a little bit better and run the fibs off the low here. Pull the cloud out. We know we're above the cloud on that bullish push. Boom. And we'll run them off the low. It's going to be choppy for a minute. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah. Boom. All right. ABCD waves. Over and over and over again. 618 retracement. Bingo, bango. All right. So we'll take those out. Boom. Now we're just looking for a reset. Reset and a pullback. Right. That's our lowest point in between the AB boundaries. So that's our C and our A. And then there's our D and our B. Boom. I'll just look for that pullback. All right. 618 is right in line with that previous resistance level. And then we look for a continuation. Okay. So wait for that retracement to come here. Wait for that action. And then we'll look for the continuation. Questions on the Swiss yen. That's what we're looking for. That's what we're looking for. Even down on the 5. 5, we got an 80-20 scenario. No. Let's see. There you go. Boom, look at that. Shallow retracement, 118, 127 zone breakdown. Over and over and over again. Over and over and over again. So that's where you're on the Euro Swissy. No questions. Look for that retracement and a continuation there. All right. Hop back over here and look at the pound Swiss real quick. I haven't been trading this one, but and you'll see why. Right? It's just been choppy in there. Just been sideways for quite some time. So we're at the bottom of the range, right? And we're pushing back to the top of the range. That's all we're doing here. When you scroll out and look at the bigger picture, right? It looks crazy on the inside, but once you step outside the frame, you see top, bottom, top, bottom. Didn't get back to the top, but came right to the bottom, and now the push is headed back to the top. Right? So coming down to the 4, it's even more choppy, but you have a little opportunity here to run your fibs off the top of the range. If you're a range type trader, boom, there you go, right? And then you're stuck on the inside there. So now coming down to the 1, boom, right? Here's that tighter range. We'll run the fib off the high. Boom. Press AB boundary, push to the upside. And we'll just head it to the top. That's all. That's all. All right. Down, up. And we'll look for a continuation to the upside there, right? Well, depending on this rate statement for the pound in 4 minutes. So this one we could potentially even see start running back down to the bottom, depending on what the Bank of England has to say. All right. So we will keep our eyes peeled there. Questions on the pound Swissy. Yeah, I haven't traded in a while. It's been too choppy for me. So I've just been sitting to the side. Um Pound Aussie, right? We know we're in this retracement phase. It's been a beautiful one. Boom, price moving as expected. Um was over 800 pips on this one. I'm getting a little bit of a pullback now. So let's see what this rate statement, the policy conversation has for us. But been moving down in a beautiful way. I would love for price to come here and retest this 193.961 level. If it does, that'll give me opportunity in my other account to get back in this trade. Looking for a high price to then get short. So we'll see if we get it coming down to the 4. Here's our 80-20 scenario, right? And on the 4 hour, we hit that TP1, boom, right? And now we're just pulling back. All right. So that's what's happening there. And then coming down to the 1. All right, we're retesting that cloud now. Yep, this might, we'll see what happens. We'll see what they say. We might get a push up and then a push back down, right? We might get that push up and push back down. So we're going to watch this and see how it goes. Already trying to turn over here. So we'll watch this rate statement that's coming up and see what happens there. That's the pound Aussie. Not a ton of adjustments there. Euro GBP. All right, slowly making its way, right? But off the daily time frame, we got a 786 retracement. Want to get us to break this 86.951 level. That's the real key. If we break that, then we're off to the races, I think. All right, got some other levels here, sure, but this one's going to be key for us to really get the potential catalyst moving to the upside there. So sitting in that one patiently, another slow mover, but it's moving faster in the short term than it normally does on this last move to the upside. So, and we see the break of the cloud, retest of the cloud, and we haven't come back down since. So beautiful move there, waiting on price to continue. Down to the 1. Let's run a sub here. Boom, there we go. All right, so we just hit a D extension. So let's see if we get a pullback and continuation here. Let's see if we get something like that. All right, that's the Euro GBP. We got a few minutes till this rate statement comes out. Let's see. 10 seconds. Pop to one more. Look at this pound CAD because we know we had this retracement opportunity here on the 4 and on the 1. Right, that's what we posted in the Discord. We're pressing down. We're gonna hit that D extension. Pressing down strong there. Come to the 1. Yeah, we might get stopped on this one, guys. Let's see. Yep, hit the D extension there, that daily support level. My stop is outside the D there. So let's see what happens. Let's see what they said. Ooh, they held it. They held it the same. So that pound Aussie is probably running down, waiting on what the votes were. We'll read on that statement and we'll get some notes posted in the Discord for everybody in a little bit. Did it take off? Let's see. So press down and we're getting a reaction at that support level, right? Push down to the D extension. That's a daily support. We'll see what happens there. Over to the pound Aussie. Coming back down, right? We said it's starting to turn over. So that might be our catalyst to continue pushing to the downside here. It might be, it might be. Let's see. Let's see. We'll watch and see if it continues. All right, this has been a beautiful move. If anybody's still in this, continue managing your trade, right? Where price currently is at 775 pips to the downside. So just continue managing that trade. That's my entry off the top there. Euro pound. Pushing up. Pushing up. 85,855. It's a great entry, Joe. Down on the lows. Great job. Yeah, so trying to push to the upside here, getting some action. So that fib that I manually drew in is is a no-go. No pullback yet. So we might just be headed straight to that 87,004 level on that push. So pushing to the upside in our favor there, which I will take it. I will take it. I will take it. Let's see. But what this goes to show is with all these rate statements and things changing and all of this, we've been in position, right? We've been in position. Okay, so now it's just about continuing to stay ready, continuing to follow the process, right? We've been in this move to the upside for a while, right? And now we're getting all the catalysts for it to move in that direction, right? So there's no need to trade the news when you're already in position to take advantage of the moves before the news comes out, right? And we've been in some of these for a very, very, very long time, right? So that means this pound yen is also diving. Let's look at it. Boom, boom. This pound yen also, right? Been waiting on break of the support level, and we got it. We got it. It finally turned over, right? Finally turned over. Didn't get that last push to the upside. Let's see how far it comes down, right? We got another support level here. Boom. Let's see how far this comes down. See if we hold at this 183.29 level. We'll watch that to see. But pressing down to the downside. And here we are on the 4, right? We already got a 382, but we're pressing back down, right? Pressing back down in a strong way. Hit the sub 50 extension already. Let's watch and see what happens at these support levels. That is going to be the next point of interest to see if we get a bounce on these, right? This is a key level that we broke through. It's been holding there for a long time. So what I'm going to want to see here is just a pullback and a retest of those levels. Give me an opportunity to get short here. Because these are moving. Yeah, I'll take a look at that Euro and ZD too. These are moving. Moving the extension. So yeah. If we get something like this. Get something like that, pushing the 118, 127 zone in line with that daily support. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Okay, but boom. Let's see if we get the move. But pressing down. Whew. What we needed, what we're waiting for, right? So now we're just looking for this pullback to or this retracement to really go in. So like I said, we're looking for a high price and then we'll get in and get short on those. All right. Take a look at the $0 real quick and then we'll get that Euro NZD joy. But it's also pushing down. Broke these support levels, man. This one is gone. It is gone. Just missed that 382 there. We broke this level. We wanted to see what happens in between here, if it holds or if it doesn't. And it doesn't. Strong push there. So again, another scenario where once things settle in, let's look for a pullback in a high price to get short. All right. Coming down to the 4. Here is our 80-20 scenario. Boom. Pushing into that 618 retracement zone. Same thing. So we'll drop down to lower time frame and see what that retracement could potentially look like. Coming down to the 1. Boom. So this will be interesting to see what happens. If price settles in, we took out this daily support level, boom, taking out this weekly level, boom. Now let's see what happens. Whoops. Now let's see what happens here. Okay. Let's see what happens. Those levels got taken out. Now we got an 80-20 on the, this is on the 1 hour. Okay, let's go back to the 4 real quick. I'm gonna run a sub fib off the high. Boom. Yeah, let's see what happens here. All right, we got a 618 retracement. We got 118, 127s on off of a shallow retracement on the sub fib. Let's see. Let's see if we at least get a pullback for a high price. We'll see. Let this settle in a bit and see what happens on the lower time frame. All right, but that definitely pushed into our zone. Right, we know, right, based on that rate statement and the data that's come out, pound is dovish. Right, pound is dovish, so we can look for these moves to continue, but in order to take advantage of them, we need a high price. Right, need a high price. So let's watch and see how this settles out. If we start to get consolidation in here, right, we might be in line for a retracement to happen at a high price. So we'll watch that closely. Okay. Questions on any of these pounds that we popped through as we've been moving? Oh. All right, cool. Cool. All right. Euro NZD. Me, oh my, getting some consolidation here. All right, and this is the overall move that we're looking at. Tons has to happen for this to fully play out, but we created a swing high here. So now it's just a question of, do we get this full crown pattern to play out in this over time to move to the downside? We shall see. Off of that harmonic fib, that was a 618 retracement, matching the extension based on that is 1.28, which is a very, very, very long way away. Tons has to happen in order for tons has to happen in order for us to see this move to the downside. Back to that support level is 830 pips from where price currently is. My entry is here. Right, so that's 1,000 pips. If this thing plays out, that's over 2,000. That's 5,000 pips to the downside. If we get that full move, we'll see. We're not going to do that yet, but we'll watch. We'll watch and see how things transpire. So on the daily, right, we got some indecision happening here. Indecision happening here. We'll watch and see what transpires if we get a pullback. But you see, right, keeping with that lower highs and lower lows. It's making them. So we'll continue to watch that from a higher time frame perspective. Coming down to the 4. Here was your move. Didn't push into that 118, 127 zone, but we came back below that monthly was resistance and support. Boom. Retest, continue. Right. So just got some consolidation here as we start breaking these lower time frame levels. So we broke, retest, down. This is still a lower low, right? Still a lower low. So we're in line for a higher low and then a continuation to the downside. Coming down to the 1, that's where we are on the 1. So maybe we get a retracement here, right? Just missed that 382 level. We turned over, right? So maybe we do get a pullback. Maybe we get something like that. Right, that level is broken. This level is broken. Boom. So let's see if we get a pullback into our sweet spot, an opportunity to add to the trade again. Right. But beautiful, beautiful. Boom. Okay. So, what are your thoughts here, Joy? What you thinking?
Well, my first entry, I got stopped out in profit, and I immediately jumped back in, back from the top. So I was looking for a second entry. The only thing is I didn't look at my fields. I was playing with the not playing. I was utilizing the cloud, and so I went ahead and took my second entry off the 15 because everything had broke. But then I realized the lag and span didn't come through, so I was just trying to.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so
Good awareness.
yeah, I was gonna see whether to hold on to it or put my stop and profit and wait for a higher price.
Let's see. So you're looking at like this on the 15?
Hmm. And then I did okay me taking the trade because there was a break in the retest. So that's why I
Mm-hmm.
felt confident of it.
I dig it.
But once you explain it out, it's looking like I made a mistake.
Hey, you might have got in at a low price, right? What was your entry on that? Was it off of this or was it lower?
My entry is 179992.
Yeah, down here in the zone. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might be in some drawdown for a bit. We might get another push to the upside. Um, yeah, let's watch this. We might get another push higher. Just in that retracement phase. So just watch for that. Let's see. Yeah, we got a bullish cloud ahead. We got a TK crossover. Lagging span is above price, hasn't broken the cloud yet. So we could be in for a push to the upside. So what I say is if you don't want to close it now, um, if we get this break of the cloud and the cloud gives us those bullish signs, then I probably think about closing that and just waiting on the high price, taking a small L, waiting for a high price that fits
Well,
the
that's why I was
criteria.
gonna put my stop and profit on the 5 minute. On it was a nice little candle.
Yep,
I
yep.
was gonna put it right there, and then if it take me out, then I'll jump back in at the high price.
I got you. I got you. That makes sense. Yeah. Hold on. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah. So just monitor it and see how we do. All right, here's what you're talking about. I got you. Break of the cloud. Lightning span did come through. Let's watch and see how that one transpires off the higher. Yeah. Yeah. If we break back above that, then yeah. I follow your thought process there. I do. Yeah. So just be patient and manage it. Manage it. You got it. You got it. You got it. All right. So those are the euros, those are the pounds. Um, oh, that's still falling. See, boom. Still pushing. So that might hit that 1 hour D extension also. Which is all good, all good. Cool. So we know where we are on the pounds. They're moving. They're moving. They're moving. We looked at the pound dollar. Yep, still headed down. Really pushing into this 118, 127 zone. I think this zone could be definitely of interest. If we get things to settle in here, I'd be looking for this 80-20 play here. So we'll watch that and see. Yeah, I got you, Joy. I'm gonna keep my eyes peeled on this. See if we get that 4 hour and on the 1 hour got 80-20. So um yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Today we just got unemployment claims on the dollar. Christine Lagarde, Philly Fed manufacturing. That could also give us some insight on home sales. Yen tomorrow could potentially do it, depending on how that PMI inflation data comes in. We'll see. We'll watch the data and see if we get something that gives us a different view on this one, right? And see if we get price to a catalyst to get price to push in the other direction. So keep your eyes on this pound dollar for potential retracement, right? It'd be just to get us to a high price to then get short. That's it. To get us to a high price so we can get short. All right. So that's the pound dollar. Let's take a look at this New Zealand dollar. There's that New Zealand Swissy that we've been sitting in. We'll pop to the 4. Boom. Shallow retracement, 118 to 127 zone. Boom. All right. Been in it to the upside for a bit. Then we get the catalyst to continue to push. Right. So beautiful. Beautiful. There we go. Boom. There's your swing. There's your swing. All right. No matter the pair, no matter the time frame, the process is the process, and it takes what it takes. That's it, man. It takes what it takes. New Zealand dollar. So this one is in an interesting space, all right? Capital fib, we got a 786 retracement. Sub fib, shallow retracement, didn't quite push into the 118, 127 zone, but we're getting consolidation here. Not able to break above this, what's that, 59, 452. That would be a nice sign for this to be able to move further to the upside. Yeah, this one's definitely taking forever, man. Definitely taking forever since the 23rd of August. Been just pressing sideways. Coming to the 4. Boom. There's your 80-20 scenario on the sub fib. All right. Capital fib, you got same scenario. This one is an 8-6 retracement. And here you got your 80-20. Just taking its time. Taking its sweet time. So we'll take this level out. Boom. Right. Resistance level there. This will be interesting. Right. Still sitting in our zone. Hasn't been able to break the support level of 58,407. So looking for, we could be in for these retracements still, good people. So we'll continue to watch these and see on these dollar pairs. See the dollar yen already breaking, but here we are on the 1. What we got happening here? All right. Boom. There we go. That's better. I already pushed up into the zone. 786 retracement. We just wicked that there, and we're pressing down. So we could come back to this daily support level and test this 58,407 and wick that D extension. So watch for that as a potential option, right? If price pushes back down, wicks this, but holds at this daily support, that might be an entry opportunity out for fresh AB boundary on the 1 hour to play the bottom and the top of that range with the potential of breaking out to the upside. So watch for that. You guys follow me there?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, let's watch for that type of action there. All right, that might give us an opportunity for then that higher time frame 80-20 here. Yeah, let's watch for that and see what happens. Strong push down. Yeah. That's what I like to see there. If we get that action, I'll even take an entry on that to the upside. My other one got stopped out. I moved my stop into profit and got stopped out on it. So, yeah, so this would be a great re-entry opportunity here. Still in the zone, right? We get this consolidation all the time in that 118, 127 zone off those shallow retracements. So yeah, it's doing what it normally does. Done that, got a buy limit sit there. Sweet. Yeah, let's watch it. We'll keep our eyes on that one as things progress as well. The dollar's still pushing strong. Still pushing strong. Let's see. Yep. So that's pushing into that zone. So we'll continue to watch. This is that dollar yen. Push, so here, right? So we got our trend line here. Just before I just explain what's happening here, right? We had this consolidation. We moved the trend line to the outermost point. We broke the trend line, but we broke back above and broke higher, right? So this move higher still considered in this consolidation phase here, right? So we'll just adjust the trend line to the outermost point because price hasn't broken out in either direction. It broke out to the upside, but you see it came right back down into it. And now it's trying to push back to the upside. So we adjust the trend line to the outermost point here. And we may even just take this outer trend line. Yeah. We'll just take that outer trend line and keep that as our trend line. Boom, like so. All right. There's our second touch there. Now we're just looking to see what happens. Do we get a break of that to the downside, or do we push back above and continue pushing long? The dollar is still bullish, so we'll keep that in mind as well. But that's the dollar yen tracking that move. There's your 80-20. So this is going to be key, and we could just be retesting. Looking, yeah, we'll probably stay above here. We see how this is pulling back above that, and that reaction to the trend line, bullish push. Market likes to take back at least 60% of that impulsive candle. Boom. Right. So this one's likely going to continue to the upside there and get to that 4-hour D extension. So we'll keep watching that, but looking for that D extension and this 148, 857 level to be hit. And we'll watch. We'll keep your eyes on Japan Times, Japan Today. That's where a lot of the news on the yen comes in at. So we'll keep our eyes on those resources to see as we get to this 148, 857 level. If the Bank of Japan starts talking. But tonight also, right, the Bank of Japan, there's potential for them to either in their statement or in the press conference to talk about potential changes to the monetary policy in the future, right? If they do that, that's going to be a catalyst for these yens to turn over, right? So we'll watch them as we continue to go forward. But just keep that in mind. If they do that, we could see price start making its way. So that's the UJ. Let's look at the dollar CAD. Reversal. Right? And that's on the 4. Boom. 8-6 retracement. Almost a double bottom. Daily support. Boom. Takeoff. Right? Pushing to the upside. What would it look like on the daily? Yeah. We're still making our way. Boom. Can I click it? There we go. All right, so we're still making our way. Broke above the cloud. This is on the daily. Came back, retested the cloud. Now we're pushing to the upside. Right now we're pushing to the upside. So this one could go. Okay, this one could go. So we'll continue to watch it and see how things move here. Coming back to that 4. There's our choppy mess. So we'll run the fib off the low here. Boom. There's that deep retracement. Right. So then as we drop down to the 1, get some clarity on this move. Run the fib off the high on the 1 because it got taken out. There's your first AB boundary. Almost double bottom. Push. That A is going to get taken out, and we'll flip the fib to the upside. Bingo. The extension already hit on the sub fib. Shallow retracement, 118, 127 zone. Boom. And then we take off. Process is a beautiful thing, man.
3, 2, 1.
Process is a beautiful thing, man. Right? Once you see it, you see it. You can't unsee it. Right? But Then it's about just trusting the process from there and implementing and implementing and implementing again. All right. So that's where we are on the dollar CAD, pushing to the upside. We'll wait for a reset here, fresh AB boundary, and then we'll look for some options there.
Brian, can you go back to the higher time frame? Because I'm in a sell because I had seen that
Short.
try to see where I made my error. So
What time frame you looking at?
1 hour when it was in
Gotcha. So off the daily time frame, we got a 618 retracement, double bottom scenario. We pushed off, right? And then as we're making these waves, came into this resistance, which on the sub fib was an 80-20, pushed back down to this daily support level, right? And you see the reaction we got there. And now we're pushing back long.
yeah, but it didn't hit the 382.
Yeah, didn't hit the 382, but we got previous daily resistance
Mhm.
serving as support here.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I was just looking at the retest. I saw that retest to that, and I was like, it didn't hit the 382, so maybe we'll get a pullback.
Yeah, I think the capital fib here is playing, right?
Mhm.
Playing the bull there in those smaller waves. So we'll see, right? We'll see what happens. Because maybe we do come up and then push back down and get deeper, but we could push up and also break that 136,946 level and continue rising. So we'll watch and see how things transpire with the dollar, and what happens there. Back to the 4. Yeah. So here on the 4, you had that deep retracement,
Yeah,
right? And gave you that action there and held that as support.
yeah, I see that.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think these scenarios are what's pushing that to the upside. And the dollar's bullish, right? We know the CAD is still strong, but the dollar overall is super bullish right now. So got to take that into account as well.
You need to give us a little pullback.
Yeah. Get a pullback. And we could, right? We could come back to this zone here and retest, right? Previous resistance would come back and then continue pushing long. But this one could definitely make it back to at least the top of that range at 136. Yeah. That's a dollar CAD. Aussie dollar. What did we do yesterday? Down. Let me change this back to my daily. Down. Take all this out. Down. But look what it did though. All it did was on that push to the upside, retest this weekly level, top of the range, coming back down to the bottom of the range. All right. So if we break this, we'll get to that D extension in probably short order, right? But if this level holds again for a third time, could see us just move back to the top of the range. So that's what we'll watch to see here and see what happens. Okay. 4, see that range a little bit more clearly there. We already got that 382, right? So now we're looking for the extension to be achieved. All right, so we'll watch that daily level 63,673. On the 1, push down, took out the A, flip the fib the other way. Boom. Coincidence. 118 and 127 zone comes in line with that daily support. Right? It has been a slow one for sure. Been a ton of back and forth. So let's see if we get some action like this. And then get this retracement. Boom. I haven't been in this one short, but I'd really love a high price to give me an opportunity to get in short. I really would. Really would. So we'll see. I didn't take any of these moves, even though I should have been paying attention. I didn't look at it. Right, fresh AB boundary. So that's where we are on the Aussie dollar. Let's see if we get a push down into the 118, 127 zone. You had a similar thing on that pound dollar. So we'll watch and see how things transpire there. Okay. Euro dollar, we'll check there real quick, and that's where we'll wrap it up. Struggling to break the support level, man. We'll see if we get it. But we are struggling to break the support level. Okay, so again, if that level holds, right, see if we get price to run to the upside and give us this head and shoulders pattern. If it breaks this level and then gives us a pullback, right, we're looking for a crown pattern. So we'll watch that closely to see. Down on the 4, you see just a sideways push at that B boundary. Right, so let's see if we get some action to the upside there. And on the 1, here's your 80-20 scenario. Boom. Okay, so let's see what happens. See if we can continue to hold this level and get us a push to the upside. Okay, so that's the euro dollar. Questions on anything that we covered this morning?
Did you do GCAD?
I did look at it earlier, yeah. That level's holding. That level's holding. We'll see what happens. Yeah. But that news pushes down to that next daily support level. So now we'll see if we get price to turn over and give us a retracement or not. We'll see. That level could definitely get broken, but we'll watch and see. Could see some softness in the oil due to that dollar news. So that could potentially give us that pullback opportunity. All right. Anything else? Any other questions?
Thank you.
You're welcome. No. Tomorrow morning, 6:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time with my awesome partner, Mr. Benny Allen. Let's have a phenomenal Thursday. Continue to be patient. Still got news trickling out. We got yen news tonight. We'll be on top of it when it comes out. And have an awesome day. We'll talk later. Peace.
Thank you.
You're welcome.